The room is warm. You're not cold at all. And then the music swells, that one part, and a wave of goosebumps rushes up your arms and down your spine. Tiny bumps, hair standing on end, a shiver with no chill anywhere in sight. Nothing about your temperature changed, but your skin just reacted as if winter arrived for exactly 4 seconds. Same goosebumps you'd get in the snow, fired by a song.
So here's what's actually happening on your skin, and it's the exact same machinery you'd use in a snowstorm. Every hair on your body sits in a tiny follicle, and attached to each one is a microscopic muscle called the erector pili. When it contracts, it yanks the hair upright, and that's a goosebump, a hair standing to attention with a little raised bump of skin around its base. In the cold, thousands of these fire at once, fluffing up your body hair to trap a layer of warm air against your skin. It's your own personal insulation, switched on automatically. But here's the twist. Those little muscles don't only answer to cold. They answer to a chemical, adrenaline. And cold isn't the only thing that releases it. A powerful emotion floods your body with the very same adrenaline. So when a song moves you, your brain sends out that surge, the tiny muscles obey, the hairs stand up, and you get a snowstorm's response with no snow. Which leaves a genuinely strange question. Why would a system built for surviving the cold fire during your favorite song? To understand why, you have to go back, way back, to when your ancestors were covered in fur. Back then, this reflex had 2 clear jobs. The first you already know, warmth. Fluff up the fur, trap the heat, survive the cold. But the second is more interesting. Picture a cat that suddenly meets a dog. In an instant, its fur puffs out, and its tail balloons to twice its size. That's the very same muscle, the same reflex, piloerection, firing not from cold, but from fear. And it makes the animal look bigger, more dangerous, harder to attack. For a furry animal, standing your hair on end is a threat display, a way to say, back off, without moving a muscle you control. So this system was always about 2 things, surviving the cold and responding to intense arousal, fear, threat, a jolt of strong feeling. 2 triggers, 1 set of tiny muscles. Then something happened to us that changed the whole equation. Here's what changed. We lost our fur. Somewhere along the way, humans became one of the only nearly hairless primates. And that turned this whole reflex into a kind of beautiful leftover. Think about it. When your arm hair stands up now, it traps almost no heat because there's barely any hair to fluff. And it certainly doesn't make you look bigger to a predator. The original jobs are basically obsolete. But evolution rarely deletes old wiring. It tends to leave it running and sometimes repurposes it. And that's the leading idea for what happened here. The ancient goosebump circuit, no longer needed for warmth or threat, appears to have been rewired, hooked up to the emotional centers of the brain. So now, instead of firing mainly at cold and danger, it also fires at beauty, at awe, at a soaring piece of music, at a memory that hits you all at once. The hardware stayed the same. What changed is what's allowed to press the button. You're running survival software from an age of fur on the emotional life of a modern human. Now let's look at the most fascinating trigger of all, music. When goosebumps come from a song, scientists have a lovely name for it, frisson, from an old French word for shiver. And what causes it isn't just beauty, it's surprise. Your brain, it turns out, is a relentless prediction machine. As you listen to a song, some part of you is constantly guessing what note, what chord, what beat comes next. Most of the time, you guess right, and nothing special happens. But every now and then, the music does something your brain didn't see coming. An unexpected key change, a sudden swell, a voice entering exactly where you didn't predict. That violation of expectation, when it lands in a way that feels right, triggers a spike of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. In fact, there are often two spikes. One as the tension builds and you sense something coming, and one at the peak when it resolves. The chill is the physical echo of that reward. It's your brain, delighted at being surprised, firing off an ancient reflex to mark the moment. Frisson isn't just emotion. It's the feeling of a beautiful prediction error.
Now, maybe you're listening to this thinking, wait, music doesn't do that to me. Or maybe it does it constantly. Because here's something surprising. Only around half of people reliably get chills from music. And this is important. The half who don't are not broken and not less emotional. If music never gives you goosebumps, it simply means your brain's listening center is wired a little differently to its reward center. You likely feel music's pleasure in other ways, just not as a shiver. It's not a badge of a deeper soul, it's a quirk of wiring, like being a sun sneezer or not. That said, there is one gentle pattern in the research. People who get frisson often tend to be those who lean into music actively, predicting it, picturing it, getting lost in it, rather than letting it wash over them in the background. The chill may be less about how much you feel and more about how deeply your mind leans in. So, if you want more of them, the trick isn't to feel harder, it's to listen closer. And music is just the beginning. Once you know what goosebumps really are, an ancient reflex wired to strong feeling, you start noticing them everywhere. A breathtaking view from a mountaintop, a powerful line in a film, the roar of a crowd all singing the same words, a memory of someone you've lost arriving out of nowhere. Even a brilliant idea clicking into place can do it. Some people get chills from a stunning piece of science or a perfect turn of logic. They all share one ingredient, a moment big enough to overflow the mind and spill out onto the body. And there's something almost tender about that. Your skin, the very border between you and the world, becomes the place where your deepest feelings become visible. When something moves you enough, you don't just feel it on the inside. Your body announces it. A wave across the arms, a shiver up the neck, a private emotion, briefly written on the outside for anyone beside you to see. So the next time it happens, the wave up your arms in a warm room, the shiver down your spine at a song you've heard 100 times, you'll finally know what your body is doing. It's reaching back through millions of years to a reflex your furry ancestors used to survive the cold and face down threats, and firing it for a brand new reason. Because something moved you. The hairs still rise, the way they would in a blizzard, but now they rise for beauty. So that's why your body does that, even when you're not cold. It's not random, and it's not a glitch. It's the oldest part of your skin, borrowed by the newest part of your heart, turning a feeling too big to hold into something you can actually see. Your goosebumps are emotion, made briefly visible. Your body is full of these ancient systems, quiet, involuntary, borrowed from a distant past, most of them stranger and more beautiful than you'd ever guess. This was just one of them. Subscribe, and every week we'll decode another. And if a song gave you goosebumps while you watched this, now you know exactly why. See you there, somebody.